Here's 6 unusual ways to generate leads into your online service business right now. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how I signed a client in the weirdest way while also making a 400% return on investment. So let's shake up your lead generation and really stand out because it is boring out there right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is AI. It doesn't matter what stage of your business you are at, you can start using AI right away. So here's an example of what I'm testing right now. There is a tool called Video Ask, and it allows you to have really targeted automated conversations with your potential customers. What that means is you can direct them to certain videos based on how they answer questions, which means you can have a really good conversation and direct them to maybe a lead magnet or give them information that might be really useful to them. And it works by letting you record mini videos of yourself. So all the while that they are moving through this flow, they are experiencing you and you are warming them up so that by the time they get on a call with you, they already feel like they know you. And the best thing about Video Ask is that you can get started completely free. So you can create a really basic flow and give it a try before you commit to a paid plan. Now, while we're on the subject of taking people to your lead magnet, here's another idea and one that I'm implementing in my business. So rather than having just one lead magnet for your whole niche, why not try out multiple lead magnets? I'm trying out 3 different video sales letters so that I can really provide value based on the stage of the journey they are at. And this is what it looks like. So my first video is how I made $3,000 in 3 days with less than 300 followers. And that targets people at the very start of their journey that really just want to get their first clients and have a viable business. Now my second video is how I went from 3K months to 10K months by changing just one thing. Now that speaks directly to people who have already created a business, but they really want to scale to 6 figures. And the third video is the 5 things I did to hit 17K months in my first year of business. And what that video does is it speaks to the people who are ready to scale past 6 figures. Now this allows my potential customers to relate to my journey and also self-identify where they're at in their stage of the journey as well. It also makes me relatable, it gives me credibility, and it doesn't alienate them because I don't have this generic lead magnet about how to get to 10K months when they haven't even got their first client yet. But the great thing about me having 3 video sales letters is it allows me to adopt the Ascension business model. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's the kind of model that can help you scale past 6 figures, but don't worry, I'm going to make a video about it in the next few weeks, so hit subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Now, while we're on this topic, I just want to point out that there's a really, really great reason, an ethical reason why you should create multiple lead magnets, and that's about accessibility. So if you have just one lead magnet, it's likely that it's not accessible to everybody and they could exit your funnel early. So you're going to want to think about having multiple formats such as downloadable documents or audio files or videos with captions on so that you can tailor your experience for absolutely everybody and increase the chance of them buying. Not only that, but it's the right thing to do so that we don't exclude people. Next up, I'm going to talk about email marketing, but I'm going to do it with a twist. Now, I have a good friend called Katie Skelton. She is an email marketing expert and I have verified this tip with her. I don't like emails. I don't read them. I often unsubscribe. However, I understand how important they are to growing your business and nurturing people when they are in this lead generation journey. So if you want to stand out and you want to be warming people up in the best way possible, then I believe that is done through video. So why don't you ditch the email text and just create a really short and sharp video of yourself that you send out in your email newsletter. They get to see your face and you take the pressure off yourself creating this really witty and engaging email that looks really nice that takes absolutely ages. So why not just shake up your email marketing a bit and make it easier for yourself? Now next up, this might be a little bit controversial and it might also give you the fear as well. But it absolutely works if you have a really great product. What I'm suggesting is that you give away your product for free. Now, I'm not talking the whole product, I'm not talking the full experience, but something that is really high value. Now, hear me out on this one because a lot of people will tell you not to do this because they think it's going to prevent them from buying later on down the line. Now, what I'm saying is if you want to be seen as an expert and you want to use generosity marketing, then giving something away that's really high value will position you as really credible, really generous, really nice, and it's going to encourage people to buy from you. Not only because they've seen you in action, but they can see the value in what you deliver. Now, I really like this one, but I'm not scared of giving too much away because I do want to be seen as an expert, but also I want everyone to win. So I think that giving away more of my knowledge will enable people to do that. And talking about winning, if you want to increase your sales in the next 60 days, then head to the comments and book a call with me. The first one is completely free. Now, next up, let's talk about quizzes because they work really, really well. So one of the things we did in our e-commerce business was to create a quiz, and it enabled people to understand their skin type, and then we recommended products for them. And this did really, really well in our Facebook ads. Now, people absolutely love interactive quizzes that give them personalized information about themselves, and they're really, really easy to create. So there are lots of tools online, but there's also plugins if you have a website. So go with something really interesting that allows you to make a recommendation to your product at the end, or you can just send them to another lead magnet or ask them to book a call with you. And don't forget to ask for their email address, because then you can direct them to that nice new shiny video campaign you've got going on. Now, if you're looking for even more videos on how to increase your sales, increase your lead generation, but also your happiness, because I'm a positive psychology coach, then don't forget to check out this video next. But I did promise that we were going to talk about the weirdest way that I got a lead and a client. So get cozy, snuggle in, because it is story time, kids. Let's talk about Ibiza. If you follow me, you'll know that I love Ibiza and I like to go multiple times a year. And I actually generated a lead and a client in Ibiza before I even had a business. Like, that is completely wild. But this story also serves as a friendly reminder that leads are absolutely everywhere. Walking past people in the street, the people you talk to, the people you buy coffee from, they might be one of your leads, or they might know someone that is a lead for you. So don't be closed off to the world. Leads are absolutely everywhere. So when I was in Ibiza, before I was starting this business, I was on a VIP bed watching Joel Corey. Now, I met this really amazing woman on the bed next to me. She was really accomplished, really beautiful. We got talking and I was telling her all about myself. I was telling her about my business. I was telling her about my experience. Why? Because I was knee deep in champagne. Now, fast forward 7 months after that trip, and she sent me a WhatsApp saying that she was looking for a coach, and then we started working together. Now, I was completely stunned that what I said on that day when I met her had converted her into wanting to work with me, because I can't even remember half of the conversation. So we stood in the queue for Ibiza Rocks and we deliberated over whether to spend 1,200 euros on this bed. It was the best bed in the house, and I was like, isn't this a little bit excessive? Do we really need to do this? We're going to have a good time anyway. But we decided to, and we spent the money. And yet 7 months after that trip, I made a 400% return on investment. But also, I never would have met that client, I never would have signed her one-to-one, and I never would have made a brand new friend, because now we are like really good mates. And if that's not worth a thumbs up on this video, then I just don't know what is. Now, this happened because I was relaxed, I was being open, I was being honest, I was slightly drunk. Like, I'm not recommending that you go out there and get drunk before you start to sell. That is a completely toxic habit, by the way. But what I'm saying is that when we relax and when we be ourselves and when we talk about our offer and when we talk about why we're credible, it really has a huge impact on our lead generation. So don't forget, if you are trying to generate leads, then they are absolutely everywhere, and every conversation that you have could be one that turns into a potential client or referral. Now, if you are ready to increase your sales in the next 60 days, then don't forget you can book a free call with me. Head to the comments, book that call, and I will look at your strategy, look at your business, and tell you more about how you can work with me.